morning. Excuse me. Good morning. Welcome to MightyOxTrading Thursday morning edition of live trading. One day after FMOC, ready to hit the markets running. Hope everyone's doing okay this morning. And hello there, RJP. I'm not going to try and pronounce the first name there. How are you this morning? Let's take a look at the markets from overnight. NASDAQ. Why am I doing it on a 1-minute chart? Let's do it on the 5-minute chart. There we go. Well, NASDAQ's been rising most of the evening after it sold off at the start. Its range all the way from 845 up to 283, so just shy of 400-point range. ES, basically the same move. Its range is about 105 points. Kappa made pretty much the same move, sold off and rebounded up. It's right at near its daily highs now, about 140 tick range. Gold, somewhat flat, coming down about mid-range now of a 15-point range. UltraBond did the whole down and up thing. It just made a new daily high since I moved this yellow line a few minutes ago before I came on. A little bit over a 2-point range. Crude oil, crude dog, is hitting high highs. Speaking of crude oil, let me check that signal. If it's trying to come down now, let's take that signal as a matter of fact. Let's find a crude chart. Crude chart, and then the waves. Crude. I know I have a crude chart here somewhere. There it is. There's our crude chart. Signal went away, signal came back. We have 20 seconds to go in the candle. Then we'll go back to look at the longer time frame on crude. Yep. Signal's going to go away on us. See if it comes back before the candle closes. Nope. Okay, so we have another minute. I'll move the crude chart to the side. See if the signal comes back. But let's look at crude here. We hit a high of 88.34. That's that signal again. We've got 40 seconds, so let's just quickly switch to a daily chart. You can see we have now not been this high on crude since October 7th, 2014. So it's a little over 7 years since we've been at this price. Let's, yep, it has a signal. Soybean sending us a signal too. Okay, so we have this short signal there on crude. Sell the ask. It's popping back up here. Okay, we're filled. Don't think I want a 20-point stop loss here. I had the wrong parameters in here, but hey. Got in at 88.02. Let's move our stop on the 88.12. 10-point stop, no more than $100 per loss. Unless there's a little bit of slippage. And I'll manage the trade for the profit target. We'll watch this and we'll continue to go through our overnight moves. So off of crude there. Natural gas. I was at about a 180 tick range. Silver sending us a signal here. What's silver doing? Silver and gold. Silver coming down. I've been a nice one to catch right here. If you look at that, it came down. 300 to 150. $750 there. I haven't been brave enough to take any trades in silver yet, but I'm definitely something I'm watching. Crude's reversing on us. Almost stopped us out. Well, not a good way to start the morning here, unless it comes back down. It's kind of above its SMA, but look how tight that squeeze is. So when we have this hope that maybe it might... Nope, it stopped us out. Okay. That was quick and ugly. Maybe I should have kept the 20-point stop. If it comes back, yep, there it comes back down. Stop me at 12, it's already back down to 8, so maybe I should have kept the wider stop. We'll see which way it goes. ES and NQ. Coming up. Quick signal there. Right at the end. I think this is going to bounce down first. You see that's what it's doing. Shot back down by 10 points. Could still go up. Corn. Sliding down. Nice big move up here on soybeans overnight. Yes, soybeans. So NQ pulled back. Now looks like it wants to try and head up. Gets back above 196. We'll look at it. So 20 minutes to the top of the hour. See if we get some additional volume. Then PL, platinum. See, gold's coming back down. I made some very nice moves overnight. 15 all the way down to 6 there. Been a $900 move. I think I have 0 audience right now. Y'all need to wake up. That's okay. I can talk to myself better than anybody I know. Russell sending us a signal. Go back to charting out gold here shortly. Up, there's the NASDAQ popping up back above that level I said. Is Russell sending us a signal? Russell's trying to send us a signal. S&P is also kind of doing that same thing, but see a pullback right there. See, NASDAQ just pulled back as well. We definitely want to see it close below, above 196 here, because we could be starting to range. Excuse me, I'll get an MNQ chart ready. My MNQ chart, if this closes above 190, above this recent high here of 196.75, we will jump on it. It's above. We have 15 seconds on this candle. Starting to move. Buy the market. And we're going into this trade right there. 15-point stop loss. For the 30-point profit target. Last two candles have been 15 points and 10 points. So, let's see if we can continue this momentum. Nice big move there. Gold trying to pop back up here. Here's a pullback. I believe might have bumped the band there. Looks like it wants to show up with momentum. Our next major resistance area is this high up here, which is about 246 or 221 now. So we still got room to get up there. Profit target for two of them is at 237. Seems to be struggling just a bit around the 220 area here. Showing some red on this candle now. Slightly green on that candle. Looks like it wants to come back down. Definitely seems to be struggling here. Well, oh crap. If this winner is trying to become a loser. See if it's a 2-bar pullback. Oh, there's okay. Coming back. Nice strong move up here. Got some good momentum again. Again, back at the 220 area, it's struggling. See if we can break above. A handle got up to 223.50. There we go. Stop loss just moved to break even. Still about 10 points for my profit target. Now we're moving. Stop loss is above break even. Got some velocity. Crude sending me a buy signal here, but we'll just there. Okay, we hit our profit target. Now we're just trailing with our third one. Two of them cashed out. Is we struggling a bit here? See if we can continue to head up. 246 was our next resistance. There we go. Still trailing. Staying 10 points behind the swing high, the high of it reaches. We continue to head up. There we go. Continuing up. We're at that 243 area. Just broke through that. This is still trailing nicely. Up to 14,250. Now guaranteed almost 40 points off this move on this one that I let trail. This is beautiful. Might have found our weakness here. Let's see. It's at a high of 256. Okay, it came down. Hit our trailing stop loss. That was an excellent trade. Let's look. Now we're down 173 on the day. Remember, we did take a loss on crude oil just a few minutes ago. And the rest of that was from last night. Oh, let's try to figure out our win here. We got in at about 207. First two got out at 37, so about 30 points there. Two micros, that's $120. Excuse me. Next one we got out, and that last one we got out 245, so about 38 points. So 60 plus 60 plus 38 times 2, 76. It's about a $196 win there, give or take. And that's a excellent way to start the morning. See, it's still going. The pullback got us out. That's okay. I mean, would I prefer to stay in moves like this? Yes, but I can't take a chance of it totally reversing and losing everything. Eventually, there'll be a time when I can do that. Now's not that time. But also been better if I just jumped in on the, let's see, how far did this pull back? 196 pulled back to 173. So that definitely will stop me out. So another thing I need to start looking at is better stops. I think every time I get stopped out, most of the time it still goes my way. And maybe making a stop above the recent high or even the candle before it sends me a signal. Like, excuse me, here, this one, reversed 20 points, but eventually it would have given me, well, 20 points. So that's not really a one-to-one. But even so, it eventually went my way somewhat. But it would have stopped me out first. And a lot of these work that same way. Like this one here. This one will stop me out at 20 points. 20 point stop loss. And then, it starts a new move here. But this one also would have stopped me out, I believe. It got in at 81 and it went up to 203. So that would also been. So if I had just on this one put the stop here where it just starts curling, it would have never stopped me out. It would have caught this move. Or if I got in here and I just placed a stop above the one candle before here where it topped out. So that's the thing else I need to look at. Yeah, there are ones that don't. Well, this one would have only went 72, 46. That one came within 2 points of my 30, so I wouldn't even would have went to break even. So a lot of times these work, but I get stopped out before they work. Anyway, that was a very good trade. Let's see what Crude did after that signal. It only went up 4 ticks and then went sideways. So it was not a bad candle to miss. Russell, you see, made similar move. S&P made a similar move. Gold missed the signal. That would been a nice signal to take. Looks like this is a continuation of this downtrend here, but this was just a pullback. And Q. I think NQ's going up enough that it's hitting its Bollinger Band on the 5-minute. Pulling back now. Yep. So we did get out at about the top of the move. The trailing stop pretty much got us out where we should have gotten out. Never gonna catch the exact top, the exact bottom. I mean, every now and then you might, by pure luck. Eight o'clock here on the East Coast, or on the East Coast. I'm in the Central Time Zone. Land of wonderful corn and soybeans. We were charting out gold before I got interrupted by a trade. Since I would not have taken this trade here, this is an interesting bounce. You can see the bands down here being broken. And if I would have, this is one of those, 18, 11, 9, it going up to 18, 12, 7. So believe it or not, that would not have stopped me out. I would have ended up being able to take that trade. Now the best thing to do is wait for the pullback and then get in here once it breaks back down. That would have been a winning trade if I would have took it. There's no way I would have taken that there, but it's a shame. This one wouldn't have worked. This one would have ended up failing. Big time. The place to get in was when it broke this band up here and reversed right here. That would have got the 16 ticks I'm looking for there. This is one that would have definitely stopped me. I wouldn't have taken it because it broke the third band, which meant this pullback was probably going to happen. But this is also another one of those that, with a wider stop, if I get in on a long here, which like I said, I expect this pullback, so I would not have. But even if I had, you know, 11 ticks stops me out, 12 doesn't. So if I had just made the stop loss just that one candle earlier, where it went down to 1809.6, which was 15 ticks, even if I wanted to still target 2 to 1, I would have got it. Those are the things that keep me up at night. Not really, I sleep very well. That would have stopped me out. There we go. That one would have worked. Actually, I would have been looking for 2. Did that work? Yes. Actually, no. 1814.4. Still worked. Good. Okay. Yeah, that would have been a great gold signal to get. Now it's popping back up. Well, it's probably going to bounce off the SMA. That would have been a great reversal play as well. You'll find that a lot of times, you have this move down. This is a pullback. A large pullback. By 3 points, but still a pullback. Then it continued down. And do you see how this last candle here was bigger than with all the other red candles? It's usually the sign of exhaustion. It makes one more big move. This could have been your candle for the reversal, and then you could have jumped in here for 16, 17 ticks. Now you don't want to stay in long because there's a good chance it is going to bounce and continue down like this candle here. This could be continuing down, or it might be going up. At this point, you don't know. A lot of times after a big move down, things will start, bounce a little, then go sideways. So we'll watch that. Copper's giving us a signal. We'll check that in 1 second. Oops, wrong way. Oh, God. There we go. Copper. Copper's trying to come up here. Copper's kind of tight. Not a lot of room to head up. I'm not going to take that signal. Probably bite my butt. Gold trying to make pretty much the same move Copper did. Copper, I don't know, okay, Copper and Gold made very similar moves here. This was a good place to do this reversal. If we had done that, we would have got our 20 ticks or 16 ticks that we usually look for. Nasdaq's trying to convince me it wants to head back up. It is higher than well, let's see, got up to 65, so see if it double tops if it gets back above there. Looks like it could have just been a pullback. A quick look at resistance here. Are we at our high of the day? We are at our high. I think we might be at our high of the day. Let's do a quick look at this chart. Just under high of the day, looks like. which is a little bit concerning. Pull back, so it's right to be concerned. See, the buy signal went away right at the very end. See a small pullback here. Let me go over here and let me look at the actual high for the day. High of the day was on like the very first or second candle. You know what? We just go to a daily chart. High of the day. 282.25. Okay. I went 5 minute, right? Yeah. Okay. So pulling back. Slight double top there, 65 and 73. Pull back once, pull back twice. That was a big 28-point candle, and then it came right back up. Trying again. See if it bounces again off the SMA. Copper's continuing to come down. Looks like gold's hanging around its SMA line now. UltraBond's been coming down as well. See, once again, it's trying to bounce off that SMA. See if it has the oomph at this point to get above this recent, this high that it made just 1 or 2 candles ago. While it's doing that, let's check Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 36,790. It fell again last night, all the way down into the 35,000 mark. Tesla had earnings yesterday. Pre-market, they don't seem to be doing much. There's the buy signal in NQ again. Remember, we wanted to see it get above 73. 73, and then the high of the day is 82. I have an order here set, or ready to be set. If it breaks 73, but you see it's pulling back. Gold looks like it wants to continue coming down as well now. Look at this. So pull back here. Is this a third leg of this move down? We're going to take a trade there. If that signal holds, so as I find a gold chart, there it is. Get ready to sell the market on that. 8 seconds on this candle. We're filled. Took a 1 tick of slippage, so we're down 1 tick. Last candle was 6 ticks. Came up and stopped me out that quick. Crap. Let's just still go. Just needed a wider stop, I bet. So now we're 1 for 3 in the morning. Pretty much even probably on the morning now. Things seem to be ranging a little bit. wait for some clarity. That candle was over 2 points that popped up there, and I didn't expect that, honestly. Thought we were heading another leg down. Obviously, again, right here is where I should have entered. Came up here, pretty much bounced off the SMA. If I'd gotten in there after the first red candle, would have came down and given us 2 points. Copper continuing to fall. Silver doing. Wrong one, silver. Silver is kind of continuing to fall too. The silver is definitely an interesting one that I definitely want to trade more once I have more of a cushion. You can see here overnight. That was nice. Now 485 down to here, 275. So that was $1,000 move right there. 295 down to 120, just slightly less than 1,000. This move up here, now what I had to deal with that terrible pullback there, so which would have been a $300 pullback, but you know, 250 all the way up to it looks like about 380. So that's $750 there, and then here from 300 right now. If we stayed in through this whole move, including that pullback, you know, just dump under 2023. So this has been a $1,500 move. So I'm gonna start charting it and see if I can find any secrets to it. A couple guides on the Earn to Trade Discord, which if you enjoy trading talk, you should definitely join. A couple guys there really like trading it. Definitely has some good moves, but at $25 a tick, it can definitely wreck you quick if you're not running a tight stop. That's the problem. And it does have a micro, but the micro doesn't get a lot of volume, unfortunately. So, oh wow, I wasn't really paying attention to crude. Well, you know, this is that move that I didn't take because I was in that NASDAQ move. Obviously, that didn't work. Big move, 20-point candle down there. Sent us a short signal. Pop back up by about 15. Pop down. This is one of those again. You know, this is one of those. If I had taken a short signal, yeah, 96 down to 80. You know, hit 79. So, yeah, it's gone down about 20. But I would have got stopped out here. So if I had just made the stop the high of this candle, but that's putting a lot of risk on. Doing good, Walt. How are you today? Gold seems to be in a bit of a range. Got stopped out there on that short signal. That's set as a long signal now. Well, thank you for that feedback, Hurt Yog. I'll try to stop reading if you prefer. Well, I nailed a trade on the FMOC yesterday. But other than that, I've been up and down. I know that sometimes you can hear me breathing, and I noticed that on the video I put up yesterday about my FMOC trade, and I do hate that. But Hurt Yog, telling me to take a walk. You have no idea about me and my story. I would love to go take a walk, but I only have one leg. Walking with the prosthesis right now is still hard. I would love to be more active. So, thank you for that very, very hurtful comment. I don't come on here to be insulted. If you want to insult, you know what? Go find someplace else to go. Yeah, well, I jumped in on the FMOC. I set an order 10 points above and 10 points below, and it grabbed the long, and I was 3 micros, $371 profit in 26 seconds. Oh, and I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, but it really isn't that bad because if you set an order right before, both above and below, if it does come up and tag the first one and then reverse, then the other order ends up being the stop loss. So it's a bit of a control gamble. But if I used a regular NQ instead of the 3 micros, that would have been a $1,300 trade. Playing with some sound settings here. Can you still hear me okay? Can you hear my breathing less? Try to make the mic less sensitive while still being able to be heard. Hmm. See, I mean, I uploaded a video about my trade yesterday, and that, I was listening to it, and I don't usually listen to my own stuff because I hate the sound of my own voice. But yeah, I noticed the breathing issue then when I was listening to it. So I wasn't sure how much it was coming through on stream as well. So I asked in the Discord, and a couple people that said they'd noticed that my breathing. I had considered adding background music. Matter of fact, I did one day add background music, and within 5 minutes, someone complained that they didn't like it. Oh, thank you. I always thought I sounded a little nasal. So we're kind of sideways now. 4 minutes, or about 3.5 minutes, we get the weekly unemployment report. Nasdaq's still hanging around that 14,270 area. Has tried several times now to get above this area and failed. You can see it's kind of sideways. They get up to 281 on these 280, 280, 281 on those candles. Go up and right back down. Not looking to enter anything here until the unemployment report hits. We'll check the economic calendar to see whether or not there's anything else that I forgot about this morning. There we go. Oh, we have a GDP growth rate as well coming out at in a couple minutes. So there could be some volatility coming in here. Plus PC, so inflation reports basically coming out here. And tomorrow morning we have personal income and personal spending reports coming out at 8:30. And core PCE price index. Then if I'm right, next Friday is a wonderful non-farm payrolls morning. So about 30 seconds from that news hitting, let's see what it does to the markets. Crude popping up right before. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Well, there's the news. See, NASDAQ popped up, then rejected down. So far, kind of just up and down, up and down. It's like I don't know, kind of a muted response. Bonds dropped here by 6 ticks. Nothing on copper. Gold looks like a pretty normal candle. NQ just staying right there in the middle. ES doing the same thing. Looks like not that big of a deal, whatever the report happens to say. Move down. It's looking like, look at this, what did I just knock down? Okay. It's looking like NASDAQ wants to head down. We've seen rejection off this area now several times. It's come down, big doji, big wick candle here, body. Now we have this 18-point move down on this candle. Really looking like NQ wants to head down. ES doing the same. We'll wait for a signal. This is a strong 30-point candle now. There's the signal. That would pull back. It is into the Bollinger Band, so that's a little bit of a scare. I think it's going to pull back on this next candle, back up, and then may go back down. See that actually got the short signal now on this candle. Did not stick on that last one. So let's see what happens here. Got my finger on the trigger. Yep, there's the green. There's a possible pullback that it was saying. ES sending us a short signal as well. But there's the pop-up. Bit indecisive right now. Copper. Move up there. Straightening out the SMA line. Everything's kind of flat. Not sure it's going to continue to go. So a good bounce here. This has been a decent bounce play. It did break the Bollinger. And it was below the Bollinger on this. On that candle. Right? Right. Yeah, on that one. So we could have played this. And that would have been 10 points up plus another 35. We got 15 points. And it looks like it might be coming back down. So you see, it is trying to still come down. It's not yet sent us the short signal. There it is. We have 10 seconds. Oh, went away again. Do you have a chart ready? Nope. Didn't held that time either. Okay. 26 seconds. Up there, it went away again. Alright. Just trying to figure out what it wants to do here. Ooh, big move down there. Okay, we're in on this MNQ. Let's see where it goes. 3 micros. And immediately reverses. ES also sent us the short. Oh, there we go. Now we're going in the right direction. See where we got in at. Got in with it 1 1 point of the entry, planned entry, so that's good. Big move down here. Continue, let's see if it continues its momentum. Being wishy-washy a bit. Russell also sent a short. Don't like the way this candle is looking, but let's see. Oh, coming back up. "30 seconds on this candle. Coming back down. And that's not a good looking candle right there. Oh, here comes the stop out. So we got stopped out. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even showing my chart. So we got stopped out there. You can see my entry and exit. Entry on this candle, reversed right away. I should have got out after that first green candle, but I thought maybe it might come down. Oh, and this is going to be one of those times that I bet you it's going to come back down now. I just don't know how wide of a stop I should go for. Back down to being down 366 on the day, so giving back my gains from yesterday. Yeah, fully reversed here. Up 30 points now since the reversal. So obviously the 15-point stop was a good thing, but So quite the reversal there. Obviously just a trade that didn't work. Sending a buy signal. Not sure I want to grab that or not. Oh, nope. Bounced there off the ATR line. Kind of settled out here right now. Things seem kind of sideways. Copper gave us this buy signal. It's heading up a little bit. Yeah, I was working on charting out gold before things started happening. You know, it's interesting. If you go back to the beginning of the night, or beginning of the trading day, you can see here I charted out almost everything. And we can see 1, 2, 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 6 and 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9, 3. This actually would have worked, but I didn't count it. 10, 3, 10, 4, 11, 4, 12, 4, 13, 4, 14, 4, 15, 4, 16, 4. This is a mess. I probably would have taken one trade in there. So say 17, 5, and then this would have worked. So 18 wins and 5 losses. I really need to be taking more trades. But like today, I'm taking trades and they're not working. Actually, this would have lost. I didn't realize how much that spiked up. So 17 and 6. But what's interesting is, let's say this. So this was a loss. But if I had set the stop loss up here, it wouldn't have been a loss. It would have been a win. Let's check the other ones that would ended up being losers. This one, again, that one would have been a winner with the less tighter stop. This one would have always been a loser. Same with that one. So we approached the 9 o'clock hour. I do want to thank everyone for joining me this morning. If you're here from YouTube, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Let the YouTube algorithm know that you like this video. Waiting for some action here, I guess. This is another good example of waiting for the pullback. You can see this ended up well into the bands. Bands are sideways. It did pull back. Pulled back by 98 down to 82, so it was like 16 ticks, and then it went. Right after this green candle here, after it basically bounced off the SMA, could have jumped in. It's gone 93 to 15, so that would have been the 20 ticks I will be looking for. And you could have played this pullback just by noticing that it broke the band here. Could have played the pullback and gotten the 15 ticks on the pullback. Big move up here on the indices. Sending a buy signal. Previous high, again, remember we were kind of here before. It struggled to get above these areas, so it just blew through that now, though. Big volume candle there. Bigger than anything we've seen since when Europe opened. Looks like it might be the biggest volume candle of the day, actually. Definitely biggest volume candle of the day. Pulled back like I expected, although not a big pullback. Another 32-point candle. Copper. So looks like this copper might have worked even if I had taken it. It'd been better to wait after that green candle there. We have a little bit of a pullback. Yep, that would have worked. That would have been a nice trade. 200 bucks. About 37 minutes from the bell. Crude oil busting out of its Bollinger of the 5. It's making a new daily high, which is a new high for the last 7 years. Good gasoline going as well. I definitely want to look into starting to trade this gasoline. Natural gas. We've Let's look at real quick this chart on gasoline futures. Now, you do have some spread on the between the bid and ask on gasoline. You can see right now the spread is about 5 or 6 ticks, which isn't horrible. But this is $4.20 a tick. So you can see here we got this buy signal here about 2 hours or 2.5 hours ago. And so this is amazing potential because you can see kind of does like the trend. This is what it looks each night. And I keep telling myself I would love to get in a trade, but never up. But here, if we got in there. Now, this, like I said, it's $4 a tick, so you don't want to run too high of a stop. 25 ticks is $100. But this is gone. And now more, it's continuing. This is gone 280 ticks at $4 a tick. $4.20 a tick. So 420. I'm waiting for someone to make a 420 joke. Times 280 ticks. Yeah, it's a $1,000 move, and these are smooth moves. You notice, each one of these comes down or goes up nicely. This is the only one that failed. You wouldn't have taken that one because you were in an uptrend. But if now obviously this is junk. You can't trade this until the Europe section opens. It's absolutely junk in the evening. But here, this is yesterday. It actually stayed junk until the morning yesterday. But see, look at this. From here to here, over $1,200. And it came back down. Now it starts getting junk in the afternoon too. Here's what I marked off. Late, yeah, this is after the open. Over 300 ticks. See here how this trended down. This one went 600 ticks. So that went 24 to $2,800. So I'm really going to start looking to trade this. Maybe there seems to be a morning bounce where it heads up. So if I'm going in off that buy signal right there, I mean just that 1 5-minute candle was 63 ticks, but about 200 ticks there, so it's about 800 or almost $900. So I definitely want to checking that out. Maybe sim trade it a little bit. I think it has major potential because it seems to like to want to trend at least or even if it doesn't trend, even you just get a couple candles out of it, like right here. If you had entered this short, 34. So wait, yeah, I could do that math. It went total of 82 ticks, so that's over 300 bucks. No, well, it does have a micro, but as thinly traded as that is, I can't imagine how thinly traded the micro is. Gold's continuing to come down. Wow, gold broke 1800 underneath 1800. See, it's just falling, free falling. Bouncing a little bit there. Copper's still mid-range. And Q made a new high of the day. ES made a new high of the day. Sitting right there at it now. Russell probably did the same, I bet. Yes, it did. UltraBond about mid-range. Crude sitting just above its high of the day. Or just below its high of the day, I mean. Sitting above the high of the day wouldn't make any sense, would it? So we have a pullback here on crude. See, off this buy signal on the ES, it's gone up 9 points. It's now going, ES is now going 10 points. Crude bounced off the SMA. Nasdaq's continuing to head up now and above 320. So this would have been an excellent move to take here. I got a little bit scared. I expected a bigger pullback when it got to the bands because it made a big weird move up. I shouldn't say weird, but out of the blue. Usually that means you're going to see a bigger pullback. I didn't get in. And this would have been the move to take. It's up 40 points. Pretty smooth move up. Copper's continuing to head up. Seems like we got some bullish momentum here. Gold, very nice bounce here. Up 3 points since it bounced. Russell continuing up. Russell's last signal came like an hour and a half ago. And it's up 21 points since then. It's $1,000. See, this gasoline futures that I was just talking about. It's still continuing to go. That would have been a beautiful, beautiful trade to just take earlier and just let run. It's now up 350 ticks. That's almost $1,800. Be over 13R. Heating oil is the same way. You see, heating oil definitely less volume today than the other one. The other day it was different, but you see how it just does like the trend. You know, down or up. Crude bounced off 88.50. Remember, the market likes even numbers, halves and wholes. So we're about a little over 20 minutes to the bell. I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning. Please feel free to join me in the chat. Say, any questions, comments. Or you can be like the guy from earlier. Insults, they're welcome to. Although I did ban them. Maybe I shouldn't have. Appreciate it. You hitting the like button if you're on YouTube. Copper might be petering out here. Oh, wrong chart. Let's see. So copper just made a new high of the day. Big move up. Hit the Bollinger Band. So I would expect to pull back on the next candle, if not before. See, it's already pulled back. Uh, 6 ticks. Good morning, Ace. How are you doing? Oops. Up. Expecting a bounce there off the SMA there, Ace? I'm doing all right. Trying my best not to breathe. Good luck, Ace. Things are kind of quiet right now as we head toward the open. Gold's doing this thing again. Just printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, technically 15 green candles in a row. They did that to me last night too, and I just kind of watched it because you don't expect it to just cross the SMA line that's downtrending right there. But that was a nice move on there on gold. It did the same thing. I think it was last night. Was it last night? It's turn back time. Do do do. Yeah, here. This is such a weird move. I never expected to just continue going, but you can see it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. When do you ever see something print 18 green candles in a row? Won a total of 5 points. Nice bounce here on Crude. Everything's looking a little bullish. Excellent job, Ace. Yep. I don't know. You put in about 4 minutes of work there, but you need to stop working so hard. S&P moving up nicely. So, if I had jumped in on this trade here with a regular contract and followed this all the way up, I'll be up 14 points. Definitely some bullish momentum here going into the open. And we've been pretty much bullish since last evening, really. It bottomed out a little before 11 Eastern and just continued going up. I mean, it consolidated a little bit, but biggest pullback was right here. That only lasted about half an hour and then continued going. So it'll be interesting to see if it reverses at the open or if it continues the bullish momentum. We're still below yesterday's highs, I believe. Yes, we are. We hit a high of 639 at the shortly after FMLC yesterday, and then plunged. We'll mark that for reference. Gold sending us a signal here. So after that nice move up there, you see how late the signal came because how it slowly grinded up. It's now pulling back. Copper pulling back to the SMA. 12 minutes to the bell, or 11 minutes. Slight pullback here on the indices as well to the SMA. Probably kind of leveling out here. People are probably like me. They like to get out of trades before the open. Silver. Silver's continuing to fall. Wow. So from this short signal here, 23,300 down to basically below 800 now. So this is almost a $3,000 move. It's looking like it might want to bounce here though. Why do I say that? Well, it's below. Well, maybe not. It is below the 70 line, but it's not below the Bollinger, so maybe it won't. Oh wait, that's gold. Let's try bringing up the right chart. It's below the 80 line, 30 line, and the Bollinger. It's actually below the 20 line. So I would think this is going to bounce here. Let's watch it. I have nothing better to do right this second. See if it bounces. It's hard to play the bounces on silver though, because if you're wrong, you get in trouble quick at $25 a tick. So I've entered here. I would already be down 15. So if I'm sorry, not 15. 3 ticks. Let's see if we get a bouncy bounce. There we go. Now it'll be up. Well, consolidating in that area. Russell sending a signal, but we're not getting into anything. They're pulling back right now, right here before the open. We're not going to get into anything right here before the open. That's why we can just sit back and watch. See if my guess was right here on silver or not. Oh, now it's up 4 ticks. That's $100 on silver. Six ticks now. Which, quite honestly, I will be happy with at this point. We'll see how far it goes. 8 ticks. About 6.5 minutes to the bell. Things are kind of sideways. Nasdaq did get under its SMA, so it's pulling back. It's 20 points off the recent high. Gold's popping up nicely. That would have been a very good reversal play as well. And Q sending is a short signal, but it's just 5 minutes before the bell, so we'll see if it was a mistake not to take it. Look at that. Look at that. I should have played that bounce. That's now up 12 ticks. It's $300. Look at that, 15 ticks. So that would have been a great reversal play. That's what I'm looking for. I started looking at this indicator with the Bollingers on the RSI. I got too enamored with it on the 1 minute chart, and I stopped taking some trades that I should be taking there. But this is the A plus setup when it breaks a Bollinger Band on the RSI and it's below the 30 line, and in this case, it's below the 20 line. This is almost guaranteed. I consider it an A plus setup. You can see here the same thing happened here, and that's when you got that little bounce. And on silver, a little bounce is a big money. So anyway, we'll check back on that, see how far that ended up going. But for now, we'll just go over to the indices. Kind of watch that. Oh, look at that, Nasdaq bounced. And I'm gonna mute for a couple minutes and eat some breakfast, and then I'll be keeping the watch on the charts, and of course I'll be here for the open. Sideways here in the indices as we head into the open. The eggs are very good. One minute to the bell. Buy signal here on NASDAQ 1 minute to the bell. That's unusual. We'll see if that holds. Switch over to our NQ and ES charts. 1 minute and 5 minute. "15 seconds to the bell. Starts off with a big move up, 15 points on the NASDAQ. Up and then drops right back down. Hit that Bollinger Band on the 1 minute. Bollinger Bands are pretty tight there, so if it's going to go anywhere on the 1 minute chart, it's going to have to break the bands. Did make a new daily high there on the first spike. Now straight down 30 points. S&P green. Up 3 points. New high of the day there. A little bit of divergence here. You have red on the NASDAQ, green on the S&P. Oh. Now we're seeing move downward. And Q the short signal here into the Bollinger Band though. So bouncing. Still trying to come down. We're down 27 points so far on NQ. Got a doji there on the S&P. Well, we've only moved about 15 points so far. 20. Kind of up and down here. ES is a bit green and NASDAQ's a bit red. I'm a bit yellow. No, I don't know. Now we're seeing green momentum up. Big candle here on the NASDAQ on the 1 minute, 30 points. Another pullback, very indecisive here at the open. This 5 minute candle is just down 6 points since the open, so no real momentum. Let's check that silver. You see silver did come up 14 ticks, pull back, and then it was up even more. So that would have been a great play on that reversal. Gold keeps sending signals. So let's see what gold's doing. Gold's pull back. And a big 3-point candle up. That would be nice to catch. NASDAQ up and down. Part of me thinks it wants to go down, but that's a big move down there. So now this opening candle is down 38 points all of a sudden. ES just slightly down on the 5 minute by 5 points. ES sending us a short signal. Both ES and NASDAQ sending us short signals in the 1 minute. I don't know. Nope. We have a bounce there possibly. Was into the bands. Pull back there on gas. Pull back on the energies. Gold. Continuing to head up. This is one of those cases where if I survived the pullback, this would have been a great trade. UltraBond just on a roll. ES has gotten below the SMA on the 5 minute, and the NASDAQ. I'm sorry. I'm not jumping into anything here. NQ has broken the Bollinger on the RSI. So we'll see if this bounces here. This is a prime area for a bounce. This candle also just opened and it's already down 31 points. So I should have jumped in on this short signal. But it's hard to tell on the open. But you can see we were kind of ranging. If you look at the 1 minute chart here, it's kind of ranging from way back here. From this big move up. I mean, it kept moving slightly up. But this kind of foretold a possible short. See if it continues. It just bounced off its 200 EMA. Copper, short signal pullback. Kind of a slowish open, it looks like. Though we do have, yep. So I should have jumped in on that short signal. It's heading down fast now. Fast velocity. It's down 100 points, just that quick. Hit a high of 348. It's down to 250. Off of this short signal, I could have got. Oh, actually, off of that short signal in the 1 minute, it really hasn't gone that far yet. Made the big move there coming down, and we see a bounce potentially here. Did go 40 points from this entry where it should have entered. Now you see the reversal here. It's still not sure what it wants to do, it seems like. Kind of sideways. Let's go back to our 1 minute charts. Gold, beautiful move up. It's moved up basically 9 points, 10 points. Copper, that was a nice move down, would have worked off that short signal. I'm finding more and more of these work where they break the SMA where the SMA is still going the opposite direction. I would have won. Now it's sending a buy signal, get something that's, right all through a SMA. And I'm just not confident taking those yet. Big move here back up on NASDAQ, 35-point candle there. So this bounced off this Bollinger Band, off the 200 EMA, and has come up now since the bounce at 232 all the way back up to 293. So a 60-point bounce. ES, of course, bouncing the same way. Copper already up 10 ticks. I should have grabbed that. What's the AM doing? Dow, big move up here. Dow's open was nothing like the NQ. It's just been a little bit of a pullback off the band and then up. Russell sending us a buy signal, I'm sure. Is up the direction that these things have decided they want to go? That's the question. Probably wanted to get above 96 here on ES. And we'll take a trade on it. As soon as I find an ES chart. I really got to do something about making my charts easier to find. Do I not have an ES chart? I swear I did fix that yesterday. Meanwhile, it's trying to go without me.